everybody. Welcome to another JP's Chalk Talk Sessions. Today's conversation is a part 2 from a previous conversation I had with GlobalM, discussing how we take these mobile devices, right, and use them as part of a live stream production, and that's GlobalM. In part 1, we talked about how their solution supported a opportunity because of the pandemic and changes in 2020 of where you had remote talent, those people that are maybe didn't have a full kit or could be in a studio, obviously because of their location and restrictions, that we could take those devices and incorporate it into our live stream using a protocol called SRT, which is part of their solution, which stands for Safe, Reliable Transport. And so today in part 2, we're going to have their CTO that's going to give an overview of their solution, do a little bit deeper dive, maybe talk about how it can be utilized if you're a news organization, maybe a citizen journalist, maybe it's another type of an event like the European Film Awards. So, how we can incorporate these technologies to best serve a production and activity, and how this can be utilized to make things a little bit easier for those that we're working with as well. So we're going to jump into this conversation that I recorded recently with GlobalM. Let's talk and jump into it right now. Lance and Paul, how are you doing? Good morning.
Good, mate.
Good, John. How are you? Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. It's great to have you guys back. Thank you again for your time and being able to jump into this and discuss going to a demo that we talked about in part 1. And so I know we talked about some of the elements of GlobalM, kind of how you guys met and how you started, kind of where we're going into looking at where mobile technology is really taking in terms of not only streaming, but utilizing the iPhones and the mobile devices as a means, as a little encoder, if you will, as part of the GlobalM solution, going through your process, which, Paul, you're going to jump into today and discuss how it works, give us a little more insight on how it would be set up, and go from there. So should we just jump into the demo and get started, Paul?
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
This is the GlobalM dashboard when we're looking at it as a media outlet. There's 2 different ways to view GlobalM. You can view GlobalM as a media outlet if you have if you're broadcasting or your media company has an account with us, or if you sign up via the app and you become a reporter, and then you can work as a freelance reporter as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give just a couple of features today. One of them is going to show how to find a reporter on a map in an event where you're looking for somebody to provide content, and also going to show how the exchange groups work as well. Now, just a quick overview of GlobalM, so you know how it works. It's a social platform as well. So you have got internal users that belong to your media outlet, and external users. So if we flick over to contacts, you can see I have, my media outlet here, which is, the people that work inside our GlobalM media outlet. Or I can look at all my contacts, and these are the ones that I have here. Or I can view over a full list of GlobalM members, or see a group of suggested contacts here. It's a little bit like, LinkedIn meeting Uber in a way, where I'll show you that the Uber part of that in a second. But
that's cool.
But you can see then we've got some media outlets already who started using and sent and received requests. So this is the social elements of it. So it's good to explain that in advance, because if we just open up Lance's profile here and we can see his experience, we can see there's one review we left for him, and so you can leave reviews and that. But this is the direct assignment button we're going to use, and you can use this direct assignment button with any of your own reporters, with yourself, or with anybody else that's listed in here as a freelancer or someone. You can find them on a map very easily with their location. So if I just go back to the dashboard, and we've got a breaking news event in London around Westminster, for example. There's a protest going on, and so I'm going to type in London. And I'll click on that, and you can see it moves over to London. Now we've found 2 users there that are close by. And here's the demo account. that I'm using here. So I'm going to click on that, and I'd be able to see, this person's profile and experience and reviews, whatnot. But this is a demo profile right now. So I can message this person directly, or I can just offer them a direct assignment. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that direct assignment button.
Okay.
Go ahead, John. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna. I will hold that question and let you continue, and then we can jump. I'll ask you here just a moment.
So I just put
really
type in talk demo. Yeah, and we'll put like a, I'll just put like a demo in here that you can give a description. And today, and it's in GMT time. So the GMT time at the moment is 17:25. So I'm going to make it 17:30. We're going to start this as a part of the demo. And we'll just hit that respond by date doing the same, because normally if you're going to set up something way in advance, you'll set this respond by date as well. We want this to be live. You can do a file upload version, or you can do a live. If you select live, you get the file upload version as well. We'll just select this as 15 minutes right now. And I'm going to provide a return vision link. And this gives us an SRT encoder. I'm going to say this is in London. And maybe I want the copyright applied to me as well. Hit submit on that. Now I accept this assignment here. And now you can see the notifications popped up. I've accepted the assignment on the mobile app. And I can go into the manage screen here. Now in the manage screen, I have the SRT link. I have my return vision link as well. And I can just get rid of those notifications on the screen. So here's vMix. And what I'm going to do is this SRT URI just here, I'm going to put that into, I'm going to add an input. I'm going to go to our SRT caller, and I'm just going to edit out the string. So the way vMix wants it presented. And take the passphrase, everything's encrypted. And pop that in. And hit OK on that. And the next thing I want to do, my webcam's in use. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add an input, and I'm just going to stick some of these scrolling color bars in. Yeah, and this will be the vision that we use for our return vision. So now we'll go back here and copy our return vision link. Go back to vMix and set up vMix for our return vision link. So we want to go here to our SRT. Takes a moment for this to pop up always. I've got input 2 selected. I'm going to enable that. Again, it's a caller. And put the port in, put the passphrase in as well. And get rid of the rest of that as well. And then we should be okay. Okay, and just let's make sure that we have that running. That's good. Just put that over there. Now, I'll come back to this in a second once we start streaming. So now I can bring over my camera app over here. And I'm going to go into my assignments. There's my Chalk Talk demo there. Hit manage. And I can go live on that now. And I'm just going to flip the camera screen around on here. And I've got my return. You can already see I've got my return vision just there.
Yeah.
As well. And if I just start streaming on that, now we've got the vision coming back as well here in vMix. So you can see, and you can see as well that if I just flip back over to my camera screen, this is my return vision. I can tap between them, so I can make one bigger. That's actually a great feature on the iPad, by the way. You can flick between them and make it nice and big. I've got this set at 8 megabits per second on network adaptive streaming mode. So you saw it climbing up there in the top left corner, just here. It was climbing up. Now that's measuring the network latency and throughput coming back from the stream receiver in the network. I've got a little white balance function here as well. I can turn the front light on and off. That was my flip around. I've got audio here. One of the things I can do is I can say, hi there, from here and send that. And and that should pop up. There we are. Hi there on the screen. So you see that, and I can send messages and I can respond to them here as well on the camera screen.
Now this is when you're doing those communication messages on the screen. It's not showing up in the broadcast feed. This is transparent behind the scenes to communicate with the person in this case, on the ground.
Yeah. Is it? Can you not see it there?
Yeah, we saw it on the screen. I mean, it's a
it's
good
just
way
here.
to tell the person, to stand
Yeah,
left,
just
stand
drop.
right.
Yeah. It's just there.
Right. That's fantastic. So, but that's transparent, in terms of when you're pulling that feed in from a ingest feed from the device through your network we're pulling into vMix. If you go back, yeah, okay. So obviously this is a nice way of communicating with them, like you said, Lance. Stand to your left or to your right, and doing that. So that way you can communicate with them. So make sure you've got them where there's decent lighting and their audio, and make sure you do a comm check with them.
That's correct. Yep.
Exactly. Okay. I just wanted to get rid of the tone in my ear from that. So I stopped the stream. But if we just refresh the screen here, yeah, I've already got one attachment, you see, and that's transcoding right now once I've stopped. And that's in a couple of minutes I'll have a download. So I can download the recording. It gives us a high quality H.264 recording, and every time I start and stop, I'll get a new recording inside that assignment. So not only am I getting the live stream, but I'm also getting the recordings posted here as well. And again, I can extend the booking. I'm not going to extend it for the sake right now of our time that we have, but I can, if I need a booking extension, I can, and will request it as well to the reporter or the person doing the streaming. And I can mark that as complete. That's been completed now. I can leave a review. I can say, yeah, you were great. That was great. Oops, hang on, I'm not typing. That was great. See you next time. Send the feedback, and job done. Now that user has got the feedback, and we could even see that feedback. There we are here. And on the mobile app, I'm able to also respond to that. I'm also able to respond to that feedback as well. If it's an internal user, you don't see that kind of thing. You don't get the reviews and such. This is really used for if you're using a freelance reporter or a citizen journalist or somebody like that. But I can go here to add an assignment, and this is where we can create a different type of assignment. This is going to be either like a bid, so I can put out an assignment to an area, and I'll show you also the SRT caller feature as well. So I can, so let's just call this Chalk Talk demo again, yeah, and I'm going to give it the time of 17:45, for example, and I want this to be in US dollars, and this is going to be, let's say it's going to be in New York. So I'll just select that. And I want to geofence this around New York, maybe about 15 miles or so, whatever. Yeah, and I've set a geofence. So this is going to push a notification to every user within that area that there's an assignment coming that could be bidded on. And then several reporters can bid on it to say, and they can see. It might also be that we need somebody that has a press card, somebody that has their own vehicle, and we can add in some skills here as well. So that's one way of doing an assignment. Let's say we wanted to create a pure caller link. I can hit that caller just here. And this is going just to create a URL that we can copy and paste, send to the remote guest, whoever it is. They can hit that link. It'll pull the app from the App Store and then just go into the camera app, and that's it, nothing else. No need to sign up or anything. Like if you were using any other type of conferencing system with a deep link. And this is the same thing. So I hit submit on that. I'll go to manage, and there's my caller. If I copy that and put that into an IM or email or something, that's the link that you just tap, and off you go. They just have to tap that on their phone in a message, and they'll be able to start streaming. This would be starting to stream in a couple of minutes, and you'd have anybody being able to join an SRT with SRT to an event or to a broadcast. So this really takes like that simplicity of sending a WebRTC link or sending a Zoom link and being able just to tap it and join. And we can do that with SRT as well.
That's fantastic. So that's really, I'm seeing so many different, parts of this, of what you guys have developed in terms of not only the freelancer, the citizen journalist, or other parts of the system, but obviously other use cases like you talked about in the part 1 about the European Film Awards. There's a lot of different areas of where this brings being able to see where the person's located. Now, obviously, as you kind of mentioned with the New York example, obviously people have the app already loaded on their phones. They have a way of getting some kind of receiving some kind of notification, or is that coming through their email to notify them and then go into the app?
No, it appears as a banner on the phone. They have it's native notifications that will appear, and then these will pop up like we saw the accept reject pop up, and you're able just to say, yeah, I'm available, no, I'm not. And those that say they are available, a list builds under the management screen. So, if we go back to our assignments list and we look into our Chalk Talk demo, I have a list of bidders line up down here, and I can then accept or reject each one.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's here we've created a URL. So, we can just copy it from there as well.
Wow.
So that's I'm going to go over to my content now because I'm going to show you a feature. There's our live stream as well. We get that under my content as an assignment. I'm able to also click under my content. All of our content appears in one place under my content. So I'm able to see that there as well. But I'm going to use the exchange groups. So I can filter down to exchange groups right now. And exchange groups is a feature that we have here that allows either one media organization or a group of media organizations to have like a closed network of GlobalM. And so I'm going to just drag this over back again, and you can see here I just tapped this go live button here at the top left. So if I just tap that go live button, you can see I can stream to the marketplace. So that goes to our editorial team that then gets checked to make sure that it's okay. So it might be a freelance reporter at a big summit or something that's providing content. And that's going onto the marketplace for sale. There's our Chalk Talk demo that we just did. I can also reach that from here as well. But I want to go to the exchange group. So I'm going to hit exchange group. And I'm going to select one of these exchange groups, let's just use the RTS exchange group, for example. And I'll flip back. And here we are. I'm back on my camera app again. It's as simple as that. Right. And I'll start streaming. You can see for the time it took for that button to turn red, to hit that button, which is like a second, I've created an SRT workflow in our network that quickly. You can see I'm already streaming, and that's increasing up to 8 megabits per second. Now I've reached my optimum bit rate that I've set in my app. I'm just going to move this back over, and I'm going to show you now. If I just go into my exchanges, and this is the one we're looking for. I'm just going to say I'm going to use 15 minutes of it, agree with the terms and conditions, and book that content. It's a part of my exchange group, so it's covered under the subscription fee. And then I'm just going to copy that link. Where's my vMix again? I'll just close these off and add an input. Back to SRT. And you can see if I was working with this app in the field as a reporter working for a news channel or a sports channel, I'm able just to see the action happen quickly, and quickly within a tap of a button be streaming with very high quality back into the back into the station. So I click on that, and there we are. Now we're decoding that with vMix. We could be decoding it with a Makito decoder. We could be, there's so many different options to be decoding with. So there you go. And that's how fast you can stream with an exchange group. At the end of this, I can extend the booking if I wish as well. But at the end of this, I'm going to have a link, and everything will download. Everything will transcode to be downloadable. And not only can I download it, but I can also push it into FTP. So I can go into my profile settings just here, and I can look under my profile. Under preferences here, I can create a push FTP service, and here I've got to either push with video or video plus NewsML G2. So we support the NewsML G2 metadata structure as well, and you can just basically take the live the recordings of the live streams and push them straight into your MAN like this. So here we would have, if we were to go back to our content page. Oops, sorry, went one too many.
That's okay.
Yeah, here we are here, and that link will, as soon as I stop, we see it does it on its own. You see I haven't touched anything. It knows I've stopped streaming.
Right.
And within a couple of minutes, that file's transcoding right now in our network, and there'll be the download links available here.
What's the average transcoding time that, is there an average time of like anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the length, obviously, of the...
It depends on the length, but it's pretty much real-time transcoding.
Right.
We have a very fast method of transcoding. It's using the same technologies we use for our SRT streaming as well.
Well, Lance and Paul, thank you so much. And everybody, we really welcome your comments and feedback. One for Paul and Lance for their time, but I'd like to hear your feedback and share with us kind of your insights. We'll share this I'll put some links in the description. We'll share this on LinkedIn as I normally do and give a shout out on terms of when these episodes are posted and on Twitter. But I'd like to hear your feedback. Give us 1 or 2 items that your takeaways from this. And if you are a media organization or something within an area in the circumference of what we're talking about, of what Lance and Paul have covered today, we want to hear from you and how it could be helpful for you, because I think this is another area of not the easy button, but an ability to provide a more efficient workflow to provide connectivity from a technology perspective over the public internet, using our devices, mobile devices. And as GlobalM kind of continues to scale their solution over time, I think this is going to actually be very, very interesting. So thanks again, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining with us today. Stay safe, stay well. Talk to you soon.